This is from a camp in L.A. True Nation Israelite
those
congregation.
that love and what?
Oh, the false chart.
Maketh a lie.
And make a lie. Because also those that are actually making these lies.
So reason why I'm showing this is some of the Hebrew Israelites who do descend from One West are now recognizing that it's wrong. So they're going to be banging on the, as you see here, false 12 tribes chart. So that's kind of good news in a way. They're kind of waking up. But they're not believers yet. But at least they're not believers in the false chart. So I want to play some of this clip, let you hear this camp from L.A. from themselves, what they say.
The Bible says those that love and what?
Maketh a lie.
And make a lie. Because also those that are actually making these lies up, that are pushing this doctrine. That's a steep price to pay. Drop down, verse 18.
So there he's saying, like, you know, you're going to be in trouble with Hebrew Israelites for lies, pushing lies.
Do these guys believe in the raping? You might have already said it, but does this tribe, this
Not
sect,
that I would be shocked if they believed in any version of that.
what about the get back and the putting them in enslaving?
From what I've heard, they do believe in that, yes.
Let me ask you this. Is there a sect or a group that does not believe in the enslaving and the get back, or is that a universal?
Israel of God, who is here in Phoenix, they used to be on McDowell 44th. I think they moved since then. They would teach it's more of a employee boss kind of relationship versus harsh, cruel slavery. So there will be order or protocol, they would say, for the, quote, other nations. So it's not just Europeans, it's Asians. It would also be people from India, Arabs, and people like that also would be, you know, subservient in some way to Israel. So it's a lesser, but there's still a racial caste system in heaven, basically. You see. And these guys would hold to that as well.
For I testify unto every man that heareth the word of the prophecy of this book.
Everybody up in here is hearing this right now. Go ahead.
They read from Revelation, by the way.
If any man shall add unto these things.
So if you begin to add to this word, how many of you guys have seen folks that seem to have been adding at this point?
He's talking about the 12 tribes chart, basically, right now. Because that's the topic of this. Because I've watched the full video, so I know the context, too.
I would definitely say that 12 tribe chart is an addition.
Wow.
When you got to go into all of these other books to try to validate your claims. Now we got, and mind you, what I'm not saying, because I know somebody.
So he goes on to qualify himself. He's not saying it's wrong to have other books. He's just saying it proves that it's unbiblical because you got to go to these other places to try to prove this 12 tribes chart.
What's the one book, the book of Enoch, or what's that other? Where's the other book where Enoch's in it? And
yeah, Enoch. Yeah. It's not written by Enoch, but it bears his name.
And do any other tribes subscribe to that?
The Hebrew Israelite sect known as GOCC utilizes Enoch as well as Jasher and I think Jubilee. Extra canonical books. And almost all One West Hebrew Israelites also hold to the Apocrypha, which historically has been viewed properly so essentially as something that Catholics and Protestants, Catholics hold to and Protestants don't. Yeah. So we'll play maybe one or two more clips from True Nation out there in LA. One of these I played before, so I'll have to make sure it's not the same one. Let's see which one this is. It's only 30 seconds, so let's see what he's saying here.
They was just sitting on a whole lot of pride. You couldn't tell him nothing. He said, when y'all knew who you was, couldn't nobody tell you nothing. I'm going to break you down.
So now this is Yahweh speaking to Israel, saying, you're not being obedient, you're not listening, so I'm going to punish you. Which is basically he's right so far in what's being said in this particular passage he's looking at.
Snatch everything away from you. Because even when you snatch our physicality away from us, we still have mental fortitude that's far superior over the other nations. He said, I got to snatch some of that away from you. You don't know who you are. Let me let you hear nigga for a couple of 100 years.
So there, he's actually mixing categories. Because what he's saying is essentially a supremacist statement. Our intellectual power is better than other people. And God's going to take that away. But then what he says that is God taking away is you're going to forget you're an Israelite. But that's not taking away intellectual prowess. That'd be not knowing your ethnic identity or something. So there's a lot of confusion here. But he's saying one of the way you're going to be humbled is by hearing racial slurs instead of what you actually are. So that's what he's saying. So he's taking something that was actually to Israel and then saying, this is what happened to us. It's a way to explain their story.
Okay.
But, I mean, imagine if these were two bald-headed white guys with swastikas tatted on themselves and said, hey, our intellect is clearly superior to these other people's. People would probably just say, this seems like supremacy.
I'd be offended.
Yeah, it seems like supremacists. I mean, that line, the guy is saying, hey, we're superior, you know. And these guys, since they don't hold the 12 tribes chart, I guess that they would also be superior over people not on the chart. But the weird thing is, they don't believe in the 12 tribes chart, yet most of the people on the chart they still think are Israelites. So it's a little confusing. They have the people on the chart without the chart itself.
Yeah.
So they have a confusing doctrine here. They're kind of 1 foot in, 1 west, 1 foot out.
Over the other nations. He said, I got to snatch some of that away from you. You don't know who you are. Over the others, we still.
Yeah, so, you know, we're so much smarter than everybody else, you know.
Because even when you snatch our physicality away from us, we still have.
I'm not sure what he means by snatching our physicality. He may mean
enslaving.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe because you're in bondage. Maybe that's what he means. So you can't exercise any prowess if you're in chains, you know, because in real life people aren't Hulk. Maybe that's what he means.
Yeah,
that's what I think he means. A little unclear, but you know, we're trying to track with him.
Snatch our physicality away from us, we still have mental fortitude that's far superior over the other nations.
Mental fortitude that's far superior over the other nations. Who said this? David Duke, Adolf Hitler, a Hebrew Israelite. Probably all three. That's the answer.
Sure did.
Sure did. But this camp's a little more chill, right? At least, you know. What do you think when I first invited you on this, Marvin? Because
I thought I am going to look like a total idiot. This is out of my realm on here because you just make it look so easy. When I see you do your thing, you're just up there with the vocab and, you know, the gift of gab and you're well read. You speak well. Nah, I was like, man, I can't.
That's good considering my mental fortitude is far inferior to that of the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm glad I came. It's a little nerve wracking, you know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, you know what I mean. I don't want to mess up your vibe, what you got going on. But if you're good with it, I trust you. You invited me here, so
no, you
haven't steered me wrong yet, so I ride with you. You know,
it's good to hear.
Yeah.
How many roads? Too many signs I can't read them. Wouldn't recognize the turn even if I seen it. Been driving